Greetings. Real quick one. TMOT back again. This is not a drive time. Just simply a victory lap for myself. I didn't watch or listen to the impeachment hearings. Not one single day. I didn't need to. I told you 4 months ago in a video and prior to that in other videos. And that video was titled, and I'm going to put it in the link, Calm the Hell Down. People in the Republican Party, conservatives, were upset, weren't sure, confused. I have been laying out what goes on behind the scenes in politics now, going back to 2008 and when I first ran in 2012. The reality of this situation is the Democrats can't win. The Democrats nor the rhinos in the Republican Party are unable to stop Trump. They just can't do it. So this whole impeachment thing, as Trump is always putting out hoax, I started using a term called theater, political theater, a long time ago. And political theater, and I don't like calling people names, but I try not to do it on a personal level. But I'm going to say this. The political theater is for idiots that don't know no better and that will believe everything that they hear on mainstream media, and the press knows this. They understand it. Politicians know it. They understand it, and they use it. They use it. The only purpose for the impeachment, baseless as it was so that during the rest of this election cycle, they will be touting for the idiots. This president was impeached. They wouldn't let us have witnesses, even though everybody talked about them not letting the Republicans have witnesses during the congressional hearings. They just seem to completely forget that. And some of my personal friends that send me messages, yeah, see, now the Republicans aren't letting us have witnesses in the Senate. And I said, are you that dumb? They did the same thing in the House. What part of this are you missing? But getting back to the point, it's so that they can say this president was impeached, so that they can get illegals to go and vote, so that they can get more idiots than those that voted for Hillary to go back out and vote, for those that are confused, that aren't sure, that will think, wow, we got a guy who was impeached, not even understanding how the process works. You know what? I've even gotten to the point where I don't even try to explain the Electoral College to Negroes anymore, because they have no understanding of how dangerous mob rule is. And I don't know if it's something that is particular to my people or what, but it bewilders the hell out of me. Boggles my mind. Boggles my mind. And you got Democrats now, and Christians too, they boggle my mind. You got Democrats. Christians claim they love God, but you now have Democrats pushing to teach the LGBTQXYZ agenda in grade schools now. What God are you serving? I don't understand it. And all they can do is give you this dumbass look because they have no argument, and then they resort to name calling and cursing you out because they can't come up with an argument that explains why they believe the bull crap, and I wanted to use another word, why they believe the bull crap that they do. But they do. But they do. And when you give them history, stuff that they can easily verify, they won't even look it up. One good excuse that they use when I tell them about Democrats tried to repeal the 13th and the 14th Amendment, they put the lie out there so much. Well, that's because the party switched sides. And I say, well, Find me the year that every racist that was a Democrat moved over to the Republican Party and replaced the Republicans who fought for the emancipation and the 13th, the 14th, and 15th Amendment and civil rights and moved over to the Democrat roles. Just show me. They can't, because it doesn't exist. It never happened. It's fiction. The impeachment hearing, it's fiction. It's theater. Theater. And somebody said, we want Mitt Romney to know that even though he voted for most of the president's agenda, he's still welcome in this party. How stupid can you be? I used to ask people whenever I spoke, raise your hands if you want to give up 5% of your constitutional protections. 10%, 15%, 20%. Nobody ever raised their hands. You want to know why? Because they don't want to give up any of it. But they vote for the politicians who will vote against the Constitution time and time again. Not 100% of the time, but that 10 to 20 to 30% of the time. That's the part that's killing you. Don't you understand that? I don't have to give you a whole bottle of strychnine to kill you. Give you something that's nourishing, something that tastes good, and maybe add 5 or 10% of strychnine to it and kill you slowly, which is what they have done in this country. Why the hell would you make a statement, Mitt Romney, because you voted with the president most of the time, you're still welcome in the Republican Party? You people are crazy as hell. I don't know how else to put it. Christians are crazy as hell if they claim they love God and support abortion. They're crazy as hell if they say they love God and support the agenda of the sexually deviant. Crazy. And Republicans in the Republican Party and the conservatives in the party, if you support a Republican who votes against the Constitution more than 10% of the time or 20% of the time, you are crazy as hell too. I know it's hard to hear, it's ugly, but I know you. I know you. You voted for David Perdue. You voted for Doug Collins. You voted for Johnny Isaacson. You voted for those people. And all you've got to do is go to thenewamerican.com/freedom-index and look it up. This is why I am not well loved, well liked by the people in my own party. Because I am telling you these things and they don't want it said about their my guy. The only reason that Trump won and was acquitted in the Senate is because those people know that Trump has done so much good for the country that if they were to vote against him and it be known, they would be out of a job. They would be out of a job the next time they went up for election because people will not forget it. Just like they didn't with George Bush Sr. Read my lips. No new taxes. And he was summarily defeated the next time around. Keep that in mind. They can't make those types of promises. And Trump is doing what the people that voted for him called for him to do. Keeping his promises. And that is the thing that the rhinos can't fight against. That is the thing that the Democrats can't fight against. But at least half of America is a damned idiot because they supported people like Hillary Clinton. They know that. They know that. The woman was guilty of sin. And I'm no fan of Louis Farrakhan, but even he said, that's a wicked woman. That's a wicked woman. Yet people still supported her. I still remember the image that I posted of a bunch of Negro preachers surrounding her with their hands on her, praying for her. And this woman supports late-term abortion. You got to be damn kidding me. Are you kidding me? Really? So, any rate, I didn't need to watch the hearings. I knew how it was going to play out. But look for, and I made I'm going to put the link to the video that I made 4 months ago. I'm going to put it in the description box. Go back and listen to it. Go back and listen to a lot of my videos. I've been speaking the truth about this stuff for a long time. A long time. People still aren't getting it. They still aren't quite there yet. Why are we not quite there yet? Because we still have people in the Republican Party who support rhinos. Why are we not there yet in the country? Because we have weak Christians. 1990, 85% of Americans, those polled, identified as Christian. Today, 65%. So even though that's only a sampling, what that says is that those that were sampled this last time around is showing that there is a decline in those that even believe or acknowledge God. You're not even teaching God anything about God to our kids. When 15-year-olds, middle schoolers, can go out and rape and kill a woman, we're in a bad time. We're in a bad time as far as the family goes. And the family that has been decimated the most by a political party is that of the Negro family. I won't even get back into that anymore. But at any rate, I hope I made my point. I hope I'm clear. And I am still moving towards getting going in the race, but I need help. Can't get that by myself. If you have a mind and you want somebody there in Washington, D.C. that will openly work with and support 100% of the Constitution, you need me in D.C. You need me on that wall. GraysonForGeorgia.com/donate. Any amount will help. TMOT out. Drive time till next time. Peace.